So the lawyer, like, say I give you a 40K offer, they give you a 40K offer, and we talk about it, and I'm like, my fees and some medical bills, you're looking already at 20 in your pocket clean.
Right.
So you're like, okay, that's a good feeling. Did you have like any concerns as we were walking through the case, or like how did you approach that? Like, where was your mind at?
Well, mainly how long the process was going to be. That's what was really, well, I wouldn't say that's the only thing in my mind, but it's just.
That was a big thing on your mind, right? That was a big
thing, yeah. Just knowing how long the process is going to be, like how long do I have to do this? Like you said, and the end goal, am I going to receive anything, or am I going to get, what's this whole process worth? So it was just the not knowing process.
And we actually, the uncertainty, I think is a big,
correct.
is a big thing. And we actually got kind of unlucky. So one of the strategies that I do on a lot of my cases for this reason is a lot of lawyers, I think Ronaldy had another case too with another lawyer at some point, and then that's when he found me. But a lot of lawyers, what they do is they make you get all this treatment,
right? And
then when you're finally done at the end, they like send a letter and they ask for the insurance company for an offer. So the client has to like do all this treatment, and like they never really they never know where they're at. Like,
exactly.
What am I looking at? Am I looking at 2K? Am I looking at 100K? Like, what kind of turkey are we talking about here? And
it's like they're building a case before initiating any contact with the other side.
Right. So it keeps the client in the dark, and it doesn't build a lot of trust.
Correct.
It's a big problem. So, several years ago, I was like, just because that's the way it's always been done, it doesn't mean that's the way I have to do it. So what I started doing is, as soon as I get your case, I start asking them to make me offers, and I start demanding like money immediately.
Right.
Now, it was interesting in your case, the person who was originally assigned to your file like butchered it. And I think she did make offers, but they were nowhere near what they should have been.
Right.
But we still did get some offers.
Right.
Do you remember that?
I remember some offers in the beginning.
I think like the first offer was like 37K or something. You already had like your MRIs, and obviously you had your hospital visit and stuff like that.
Right.
But what that does though is at least establishes like a baseline. So oh wow, the insurance company already offered 40K. It makes the clients understand like, oh, the lawyer's already got me an offer of 40,000 for my case. Right. And then what it really also does is it gives me a chance to talk to you and say like, look, this is how much they're offering now. The doctors are saying that you need X, Y, Z.
Right.
If you do the treatment that they're going to get, that they're recommending, your case can only go up in value from here.
Correct.
So it accomplishes a couple things, I think is really important. So you find out how much your case is worth right now, which is good. So you're like, wow, my case. So the lawyer, like, say I give you a 40K offer, they give you a 40K offer, and we talk about it, and I'm like, that like my fees and some medical bills, you're looking already at 20 in your pocket clean.
Right.
So you're like, okay, that's a good feeling. Like, you're like, is my case worth $1,500? Like, how much am I doing this for? Okay, my case is already 20,000 tax-free in my pocket, right?
So look, it's kind of good.
So it's like, it gives you momentum. You know what I mean? And you're like, okay, and now this doctor said I should, now all I've had is an MRI, but the doctor says I need to try like an injection, or I need to try like a laser procedure to see how it helps me. And the lawyer, explains to me what's going to make my case more valuable.
Right.
So it builds like momentum for you as the client.
Right.
And it also kind of it gives us more opportunity as a lawyer and the client to build trust. And like, wow, he's working on my case. It's not like the paralegal or some secretary calling me, like, and which I don't understand. A lot of lawyers, they refuse to call the clients. Like, you've probably dealt with this too. Like, they make the paralegal do everything, but like, when we would talk, our conversations would be like 5 minutes. Like, it wouldn't be like 4 hours long. Okay, you got a 40K offer. That means about 20K in your pocket. Go back to this doctor, see what he says. Right. This doctor's recommending this. Let's see how you feel. Let's see after you get maybe an injection or whatever the next treatment is. Let's talk in 2 or 3 weeks. You know what I mean?
Right.
5-minute phone call, 10-minute phone call tops, right?
I like it because you went straight to the point. It wasn't like no lollygagging or like, like running me along, whatever you call it. You're just telling me exactly what it is, and this is the process we should go, and we just did that.
And how much how much do you think it matters when you have the lawyer's actual cell phone number?
I think it matters a lot because I know that I can text you or call you at probably any time of the day, and you will answer me if not at that time or 5 minutes later or 2 minutes later. It just I know that I can reach you at any time, and if I have a problem, you know, you're there.
And if you couldn't reach him, I would have given him a phone call too. He knows that.
Yeah.
But like, don't you think it really creates like a different like dynamic from the client's perspective, knowing that you have your buddy, your lawyers, your friend, he's on WhatsApp,
Right?
It make the relationship a little bit more personable instead of just a business transaction.
That's true.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, it's still you running a business and you looking out for your client, and some people they don't set the time aside for the customer,
Right.
and especially after they get so successful. They just figure out, I'm just going to have an auto drive and I'll just focus
Call
on
the
something
secretary,
else.
go through the front desk.
I'll just play golf with my buddies or do whatever it is. And,
Right.
and then whenever the case settled, then I'll speak to them and give them the good news after the fact,
Yeah, I don't want to do any of the annoying stuff.
Exactly.
Only the cherry picking. Exactly.
Exactly. Instead of kind of like, initially set the tone
Yeah.
and make it personable, make that person comfortable. And as an attorney, I'm pretty sure it make your job easier, because when you come up with options on how to help the client,
True.
With the case, then the trust is already established.
100%.
Because the client in the back of their mind is not thinking that this guy just want me to do this just to get more money to put in his pocket. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Because some lawyers in injury firm, they do that.
Yeah, of
so
course.
that's the reason with your model and the way you approach and how personable, I'm pretty sure you are that personable with every one of your client that you deal with. It just make it easier for that person to trust you,
Yeah.